chosen one. The light you once trusted now flickers with deception. The one who smiles at you in white, the one who stands in purity's disguise, is not what they seem. God said your enemy is wearing white. They have learned how to look like peace, how to sound like love, how to imitate light without ever carrying it. They study your energy, mirror your kindness, echo your words, and yet their heart trembles with envy and hidden rage. You sense it sometimes, in the subtle way their tone shifts, in how their eyes linger too long, in how their praise feels heavy instead of healing. The spirit has been whispering, "Be careful," but you brushed it off, because their clothes were clean, their words were sweet, and their presence seemed pure. Now heaven speaks again, this time louder, because your discernment must rise higher than appearance. Chosen one, you were born with spiritual sight, not for admiration, but for survival. God didn't give you this depth of perception just to see beauty, but to see truth beneath beauty. Your enemy knows this, and that's why they've chosen white, because white blinds those who want to believe in goodness. The enemy understands that light attracts light, and so they cover themselves in it, hoping you'll let them too close. This is not a random person. It's someone in your orbit, someone who once made you feel seen. They may carry a holy tone, use sacred words, or even pretend to be chosen too. But their light is counterfeit. Their purity is performance. And while you open your heart, they take notes on how to pierce it. God said, "Be careful," not paranoid, not fearful, careful. That's how the chosen survive the mimicry of false light. You're not here by accident. You've been guided to this moment. Write 99 in the comments. It's time to release your wish to the universe. If your spirit woke up while listening, don't scroll away. Like this video. Subscribe now. You belong here. Let your words in the comments become energy, and that energy will come back multiplied. This isn't coincidence. It's confirmation. You are part of a divine network of awakened souls, and every action you take sends ripples through the unseen. The number 99 means closure and divine completion. It's the signal that something false around you is being exposed. Don't hesitate. Release your wish, claim your alignment, and declare your spiritual clarity now. Listen closely, chosen one. The reason God is warning you isn't because you're weak. It's because your power is rising. When light intensifies, so do the shadows. The enemy in white has sensed your acceleration. They can feel that your energy is expanding, that you're stepping into a higher dimension of awareness, and it threatens their control. They're not attacking your body, they're attacking your peace. They know that if they can drain your emotional energy, they can delay your destiny. So they come softly, smiling, cloaked in empathy, speaking the language of love while planning your undoing. They appear at your lowest moments, pretending to comfort you, when in truth they are gathering the pieces of your pain to use them later. You've been wondering why your intuition keeps flashing red around someone who means well. That's because the spirit inside you recognizes the vibration of deceit even when it's dressed in innocence. You are not imagining it. Your dreams, your sudden tiredness after speaking to them, the headaches, the confusion, all are signs that your soul is defending itself. The chosen don't need physical evidence. They live by spiritual evidence. You are being tested to see if you trust your gift more than you trust their mask. And remember this: the enemy wearing white always appears during your transition. It's when you're about to rise that heaven allows you to see what's hiding near your light. This is divine training for your next level. Do not confront them in anger. Don't expose them to others. That's not your role. Your silence will speak louder than proof. When the time is right, God Himself will make the truth impossible to ignore. Until then, observe. Protect your energy. Speak less. Move wisely. You are entering a phase where your power can be stolen through simple conversations, where your words are being watched not just by people, but by spirits that fear your awakening. Guard your emotions the way kings guard their crown. The enemy cannot destroy what they cannot touch, and they cannot touch what's hidden in divine protection. You may feel isolated after realizing who they are. You may grieve the illusion of what you thought they were. That's normal. The chosen always lose false light before receiving true radiance. But this loss isn't punishment. It's purification. The divine is separating imitation from authenticity in your life. The people who remain will carry energy that strengthens you, not drains you. You'll start to feel lighter, clearer, freer. That's how you know the false white is fading. When you no longer need to question who's for you, peace becomes your confirmation. So remember, chosen one, God said your enemy is wearing white. Their words may shimmer, but their intentions are rusted. Their touch may seem healing, but their energy steals warmth instead of giving it. You're being refined, not rejected. The test before you is sacred, to see with your soul instead of your eyes. Trust what burns inside when everything outside looks pure. That burning is divine radar. That unease is holy guidance. It's how heaven trains the gifted to survive among the disguised. The room looks peaceful, doesn't it, chosen one? White curtains flutter in the wind. The air smells like calm. The person before you smiles with the softness of a saint. Yet beneath the glow there's movement, a pulse of envy, a whisper of deceit. God said your enemy is wearing white, and it's not a metaphor anymore. They walk beside you. They may call you brother, sister, friend, or even child of God. But when you leave the room, their eyes sharpen into something else. The disguise is working for them because you keep believing appearances equal intentions. That's where your heart must mature now. The same ones who tried to destroy you before are learning your language, your mannerisms, your spiritual patterns. The enemy doesn't always attack in red. Sometimes it bows its head in prayer next to you. They've been watching how you move through light, how you recover from pain. Every trial you've endured became a lesson they took notes on. They know your empathy, your patience, your hope. They mimic these traits so you'll lower your guard. But God's warning comes not to make you fearful, but to make you wise. The divine wants your eyes sharper, your energy more selective, your circles smaller. Every time you elevate, false lights rush toward you like moths. They sense your glow, but they don't seek transformation. They seek access. The robe of white isn't holiness in this case. It's camouflage. Don't confuse imitation purity for divine essence. The difference is felt, not seen. You're not here by accident. You've been guided to this message. Write 99 in the comments. It's time to release your wish to the universe. If your heart felt that pull while listening, don't scroll away. Like this video, subscribe now. You belong here. This is your moment to plant energy into the divine current flowing through these words. When you type 99, you're not just writing numbers. You're aligning with completion, signaling heaven that you're ready to release false light and receive authentic blessings. You've been protected this long because your destiny carries weight. Now it's time to let the universe hear your agreement. Speak your wish, anchor it with 99, and step into your clarity with power. Chosen one, understand what happens when false purity approaches real power. The counterfeit light can't survive near true illumination for long. It begins to tremble. That's why lately, some people around you seem uneasy when you speak truth, or when you walk into a room, the atmosphere shifts. They smile, but their aura collapses. It's not pride, it's discernment. Your energy exposes what's hidden. You've become a mirror too clear for imposters to tolerate. The one wearing white may start to withdraw soon, blaming you for the distance. Let them go. Their absence is divine surgery. You don't need to chase what God is cutting away. Remember, spiritual detachment is not cruelty. It's protection. There's something poetic in how the enemy chooses white. It's a desperate attempt to steal heaven's aesthetic. They've studied holiness, but not humility. They've memorized light, but never carried love. So they wear symbols instead of substance. Yet what they forget is this: light reveals, even when worn as a disguise. You cannot fake presence. You cannot fabricate peace. The chosen radiate what others rehearse. That's why your authenticity irritates their performance. They'll start to question why you glow without effort, why your silence feels louder than their speeches. The answer is simple. You are aligned. They are acting. You've probably noticed the patterns by now. The compliments that sound rehearsed. The sudden interest when blessings come your way. The way they imitate your phrases, even your spiritual insights. These are echoes, not reflections. Their light depends on your flame. But God is about to separate dependence from connection. The stage lights of pretenders will dim, and true souls will shine beside you. Every season of revelation begins with exposure, and exposure always comes through discomfort. So if it hurts to realize who they are, take that pain as evidence of growth. Pain is the sound of chains breaking between you and false energy. Chosen one, the Spirit says you are stepping into a time when clarity will feel cold at first. You'll feel distant from people who once felt safe. You'll question your empathy, wondering if you're being too harsh. You're not. You're awakening. When you stop confusing light with familiarity, you begin to see truth as comfort. It's not loneliness. It's calibration. The enemy wearing white will call you prideful for setting boundaries. But that's their fear talking. Your discernment intimidates what manipulates. Let them label you. Let them misunderstand. Truth doesn't need explanation. It needs endurance. And there's more. Your test is not only about seeing through them, but about not becoming them. When betrayal meets awareness, pride tries to disguise itself as protection. Don't let the wound turn you cynical. Keep your light soft but guarded, open but guided. The greatest revenge against false light is genuine peace. When you walk in integrity, their illusion collapses without confrontation. That's how heaven wins silently. The warning stands. Your enemy wears white. But beneath that white is exhaustion, jealousy, confusion. Their mask is heavy because maintaining false purity drains the soul. You're not the target. They're the one in torment. Don't match their disguise with bitterness. Instead, rise higher. The divine will let them unravel themselves in time. You'll stand still, radiant and untouched, while what's false disintegrates beside you. The night feels calm, but something in your spirit knows the calm is artificial. Chosen one, the air shifts when deception walks in disguised as peace. God said your enemy is wearing white, and tonight that message echoes through the unseen realm louder than ever. You've been feeling that strange tension. Someone's words sound right, but the vibration behind them trembles wrong. Their gestures are kind, but their eyes never rest easy when they meet yours. It's the same old trick, ancient as Eden. The serpent didn't hiss, it whispered. False light never shouts. It softly mirrors truth until you trust it. The one wearing white wants you to mistake comfort for safety, familiarity for loyalty. But God never told you to trust appearances. He told you to test the spirit. You've been through enough storms to recognize the pattern by now. The devil never sends chaos first. He sends charm. The white robe, the calm tone, the patient smile. It's a performance rehearsed to perfection. The moment you feel at peace, they will plant doubt. The moment you open your heart, they will weave confusion. But this time, you won't fall for it. You've learned too much. Pain has taught you the texture of truth. You can now feel when words carry weight and when they're hollow. The spirit inside you has grown stronger than any mask before you. That's why this warning came, not to terrify you, but to confirm your elevation. The enemy in white wouldn't be near you if you weren't close to your breakthrough. Chosen one, have you noticed how they suddenly act fascinated by your spiritual life? They ask questions, pretend to share revelations, even quote the words you once said as if they're their own. They aren't trying to learn from you. They're trying to copy your code. They know your energy opens doors, and they want to enter those spaces without paying the price you paid. But imitation cannot sustain divine vibration. You were built through endurance, not performance. What they mimic will crumble the moment pressure comes. That's why you must stay grounded and quiet. Don't argue. Don't reveal too much. A secret spoken too early becomes a weapon for the wrong ears. Protect your revelations like sacred fire. The chosen are often sabotaged not by force, but by conversation. Sometimes the enemy in white carries the face of love. A friend, a mentor, even someone claiming to pray for you. They'll tell others they want your best while subtly seeding suspicion against you. You'll feel your name floating through the air in distorted tones. Don't panic. The same God who showed you their disguise will handle the exposure. Lies spoken against divine ones always carry expiration dates. Truth doesn't need defense. It needs endurance. When your silence confuses them, their anxiety will betray them. Soon, their white will start to stain. The mask will slip, not because you tore it, but because they can't breathe inside it anymore. Chosen one, be careful, but don't harden. You are not being told to fear people. You're being trained to read energy. The world will tell you to judge by action, but heaven teaches to judge by vibration. Words can lie, gestures can deceive, but energy never lies. You've been blessed with spiritual radar. It's time to trust it. When your stomach tightens around someone who looks pure, that's God's alarm. When you suddenly grow tired after their visit, that's a transfer of energy you didn't consent to. Don't dismiss those signals anymore. Your body is a prophet too. Your sensitivity is a gift, not weakness. What the enemy mocked as too emotional was actually divine detection. That's how the chosen feel danger before it forms. And here's something few understand. The enemy in white doesn't always know they're the enemy. Some are vessels unaware they've been used. Their jealousy became a doorway for darker whispers, and now they carry energy that's not theirs. That's why you must move in wisdom, not wrath. Pity them, but don't pity yourself. You've been chosen to walk among deception without becoming deceived. That's a sacred assignment few can handle. Every time you sense what's hidden and choose stillness instead of chaos, heaven writes your name in deeper light. You're not paranoid. You're protected. This season, isolation is not punishment. It's recalibration. God is fine-tuning your discernment until you can see through beauty and hear through silence. The one in white will keep performing for a while, but you'll start noticing cracks. Their smiles won't reach their eyes. Their peace will feel rehearsed. Their compliments will land flat. You'll no longer feed off approval. You'll feed off truth. And that's when the real separation begins. Chosen one, the divine doesn't just want you safe. It wants you sovereign. This warning isn't about one person. It's about an entire vibration that has surrounded you for years. It's the energy of manipulation disguised as love, control disguised as care, attention disguised as friendship. But it all dissolves when your awareness rises. Awareness is light, and real light burns counterfeit white away. So let this revelation cleanse you. Don't fight darkness with darkness. Just turn up your brightness until imitation cannot stand. The enemy may wear white, but heaven will always glow differently. The counterfeit needs costume. The real doesn't. You are the real. You don't need to prove your purity. Your presence already reveals it. Walk forward with your head high, heart clear, and soul guarded. Every step you take in truth weakens the masquerade around you. Every moment you stay calm under pressure proves you are operating from divine strategy, not emotional reaction. You are winning, even if it feels quiet. Heaven's protection often looks like silence, because God's justice doesn't need an audience. Chosen one, the wind around you feels cleaner now, doesn't it? You've begun to see through what once confused you. The white robe no longer blinds you. It exposes itself under your light. That's the shift God wanted, to train your eyes until purity stopped impressing you and truth started guiding you. The enemy wearing white thought they could control the story. but they underestimated divine timing. What they used to manipulate your trust has now become their undoing. They studied your peace, tried to imitate it, but peace cannot be performed. It must be lived. Their calmness is cracking because false light can't survive divine fire. The illusion fades when the chosen awaken, and that's what you've done. You've awakened. You've likely felt the distance forming, the silence between you and those who once seemed harmless. It's not loneliness, it's detox. Heaven is removing frequencies that no longer match yours. The ones dressed in white are growing restless because you stopped feeding them energy. You stopped over-explaining. You stopped apologizing for sensing wrong vibrations. And that silence from you is deafening to them. They can't stand that you're no longer predictable. But this is how God protects you, by making you unreadable to false spirits. You are stepping into a new dimension of spiritual privacy. The old version of you was accessible. The new one is encrypted by divine will. When you walk into a room now, notice how the air changes. You'll feel it instantly. Some will glow around you, others will shrink. That's the separation of spirits. The one wearing white will still smile, still act kind, but their body language will betray them. Their compliments will sound hollow. Their timing will always feel off. That's not paranoia. It's perception refined by divine training. You've graduated from confusion. This is your awareness ceremony. And as you rise higher, the need to prove yourself will fade. What you see is not meant to be discussed with everyone. Some revelations are sacred. They're not for sharing. They're for surviving. The divine realm applauds you for listening to your intuition this time. You didn't let appearances trap you again. You didn't let guilt silence discernment. That's evolution. But your journey isn't done yet. You're being asked to master neutrality, to stand in awareness without bitterness. The true test of light isn't spotting the dark. It's staying pure while doing so. The enemy wearing white thrives on reaction. They feed on your emotional spikes, your need to defend your character. Deny them that power. Move quietly, elegantly, without explanation. You'll confuse darkness more by silence than by argument. Stillness is your weapon now. Chosen one, this next phase will reveal one last truth. The enemy in white never hated you for who you are. They envied the peace you carry. They wanted your light, your calm, your anointing, without the pain it took to earn it. They copied your image, but never endured your fire. And when imitation meets authenticity, it always collapses. Let it collapse. Don't mourn it. When masks fall, angels celebrate. Heaven never removes without replacing. For every false one leaving, a true soul is arriving. You will meet people whose presence feels like home, whose words cleanse rather than confuse, whose white isn't for show but born from inner alignment. That's the promise of discernment well used. Clarity leads to connection. So breathe, chosen one. You're safe now. The warning was never to frighten you. It was to awaken you. The white robe that once deceived you has lost its power. You no longer chase light. You emanate it. And as your spirit expands, nothing false will be able to stay. That's how divine protection feels. Quiet, final, holy. Chosen one. This is where the revelation ends and your authority begins. The message has been spoken. Your enemy wears white, but you wear truth. Their disguise was built to manipulate perception, yet your awakening has shattered its spell. God didn't warn you because he wanted you to hide. He warned you because it's time to stand in clarity. You've seen behind the veil. You now understand that not all that glitters is divine, and not all that shines is sacred. The light you carry is real because it's been purified through pain, through silence, through betrayal that didn't break you. You've endured storms that were meant to destroy your faith, but instead they sharpened your vision. And now, no imitation can deceive you again. Remember this, chosen one. Real light doesn't compete, it exposes. You were never meant to fight those who mimic goodness. Your role was to reveal by simply existing. When true light appears, false light trembles. That's why they feared you, why they spoke behind your back, why they tried to copy your grace. You were the mirror that reminded them of what they lacked. Don't resent them. Release them. The white they wear will turn transparent in divine timing. God doesn't need your defense. He's already building your deliverance. Let peace be your proof, not anger. Soon, the atmosphere around you will change completely. New faces will arrive carrying calm, not competition. Conversations will heal instead of drain. You'll feel warmth again when you enter a room, because the imitation has left. Heaven will replace what was false with something deeply real. The people coming into your life now will not need masks. They'll recognize your frequency and meet you at your level. This is the reward for listening, for trusting the inner voice, when everything external said, don't overthink it. So walk forward, unbothered. Let the one in white fade into their own shadow. Their story no longer intersects with yours. You've learned the rarest wisdom, to see without hating, to detach without explaining, to shine without shouting. You've passed the test of discernment, and as you move ahead, your glow will become protection itself. The enemy's disguise can no longer touch you, because your light no longer seeks validation. It simply is. You are untouchable in awareness, unstoppable in peace, and surrounded by the kind of truth that no mask can survive.